Okay. Yani Adını katır ya. Ya. Yeah, this is my most dear, most kind, most precious, most precious wish granting. The students and the friends and the father, mother, brothers, sisters, all the sentient beings. So this time the subjects become uttered to the blessings, why and all that, and the manner. It's just a coincidence, not coincidence. The candle came and they were outside Paula and Jane outside. So I asked them to take blessings from candle, not give blessing to her, but to take blessing from her. So this talk starts from that. So could I explain it? But I think it's very important to know how to do it. And then she took the one of the says, she said, then she went on a candle's head like that. One of this. Can you show me? So this one, he got very well taken care of. From I can't love. From whom I can't love, there is no one whom I can't love. There is no one sentient beings. Sentient beings is not there. It's I wrote. That's why it's not. That's why it's not complete. Whom I can't love, there is no one sentient being. The beings left out. His name is So the because of virus in the world, too much virus, so he got the virus coat. He got coat, but because of virus. So Jen and Jen, he didn't bend like that, but he went straight. Well, walk with Jen went straight and she did like this and turned his head like that. Normally you don't do that. Yeah. It's nothing for kind of mind, whole mind, but no, you don't do that. So John made it kind of fun. John made it taking pleasure from kind of made it fun. So I said, well, on the center's head. That you mean he's on his head. Okay. You got to protect the world from virus. I don't think you'll never get a virus. Yeah, but that way, then that way it may fun, and so it's not respected. You see, prostration, triplets and prostration is respect. So, as I mentioned before, what a blessing. When we came in Nepal from Baksa, we stayed Chini Lama's son's house. There are two houses. One is called Tupten. Chini Lama would take care of Stupa. Was sent by Tibetan government from Tibet long time ago. His two sons, I think 2 or 3, I don't know. One son had a house nearby the Bodha main road, Bodha store here, then main road, so Bodha store here, then somewhere there's near the main road, there's a house which has I think a double bajra outside there. We stayed there, maybe a year or something like that. First there was another house near Kopan Monastery. So we stayed there less than a year. So that time, that one or the other house, I don't remember exactly, maybe the other house. So Lama was teaching Bodhisattva meditation to the Westerners. I mean, not just there was one French artist, long, red dress, long, and he painted, oil painted very big on wall, very big. Yeah. Then he makes exhibition in the Kathmandu. They traveled like this. What's called? I don't know. I don't remember now. Those Middle East. I don't remember now. Those countries, they always talk about. They don't speak English. Then there was there were two people, and some ladies. There was one French doctor. He goes to help voluntarily. He goes to help Santi Baba, public hospital. So Lama was seen by the Zopa, very much on ground. So he was there. Then he said, "What's the difference? You visualize shoes on your crown. You visualize shoes on your crown." And but what's the difference? He said. He asked question to Lama. So I just remembered. I just remember about Lama. So. Well, if you don't know, it's like that. Oh, he didn't ask what visualize the Bodhisattva and the Yonkaka on your head. He didn't say that. But, he said shoes. Okay, anyway. I think he did not have basic Buddhism. He didn't receive basic teachings of Buddhism. No, he didn't have. Maybe a kind of Christian, I don't know. Maybe a kind of Christian, I'm not sure. So when we were staying in that house, so there are many snakes outside in the field. Many. So one time the artist and him cut the long snake, cut the body half completely. Oh, but still you can see the heart pumping. There's heart, there's nothing. There's the heart pumping, still pumping. Can you imagine the suffering? It's like cutting half your body, completely cut half. You say, let's say you have the snake body. Wow, so long. They cut half. Only here the heart is there, pumping. I don't know what they made. They've thrown in the field, or I don't know what they did at the end. So this is what happens if you don't know karma. Ignorance in the karma. So most people in the world like that. Negative karma or unbelievable negative karma. Well, it said one teaching you experience in the hell or 100 yuan, I think, something like that. Then you see, if you are born a human being, then you experience possess suffering through the, to do the land where you're born. So much war, so much fighting, so much disease, the positive result, and then with cause the karma is killing a sentiment, and then like that. So I mean there are places in the world, but then you have to such place. Then then even in human life, experience the results of the cause you experience. What you did to others in the past, so that suffering, somebody killed you. That from that one negative karma, 500 lifetimes until you experience you're killed by somebody. From that particular negative karma, that one. Experience the results from the cause. Then, cheba judging it. Creating result, similar cause. Then you say, because the habit of past karma, then the karma created numberless eons ago, or created just past life, just life before this, or numberless eons ago. Never get lost until it's confessed, purified. Like by the Sapa or any 35, you do the limited 4 powers. Then there's a perfect compassion. But if you made a mistake or creating a karma, or just words, don't much feeling here, then that's like that. Then not very strong purification. So that So three. If you are born a human being, say again you experience 3 sufferings: possess result to the place, experience the results from the cause, then creating results from the cause. Creating results from the cause is because habit of past karma. Then because that you do again killing others. So on and on until you understand the karma really well, under the karma. So heavy it was. You see, till you really you feel the karma like poison. See? Most people, so you are able to avoid karma, all that. So like that. So that means you do the killing again in the human life with a habit of a past life. Then that has again first suffering result, ripen-aspect result in the Lord. Then again experience the result of the cause, creating the result of the cause, positive result. See again, you see? Then it goes on. Then it goes on. Until you feel karma, until you purify all actual paths. That we actually that just one karma. Then you life killing so many times, tiniest insect. You see, I remember when I was with the Lama, a small room in the older house built by Nepalese king. I think the Nepalese king was killed, not that. I think his father or his grandfather. So they built a British-style house, Kopan, surrounded by trees. You can see from down there. So the first small room, so Lama was up there. And then in my hand, I didn't know there was a worm came in my hand. You know, I didn't see it. So it came between my hands. You know, I didn't know that. So I did like that. So I killed worm. You know, small. I don't know. Then I think maybe sometimes insects and kill water and tap. Then suddenly you need water, so you turn the water, then the insects, then they go in the water with water. The water push, or water takes them inside. You know, there are many times like that. So first need to look there. What do you call? What is it called?
Sink.
Sink. First you need to look at the sink. Then you turn the wheel. So not you rush. You turn the wheel. They will turn the water first. You know. But then this inside. Yeah, this happens. But what? One time we were going to see Zopa, Rinpoche in medicine. He teaches university medicine in the early times. So we go there to the course. So Raja Monro, now he's a monk, and maybe finish Kriya Samaja 3 years. So he so he dropped the car that Raja bought. Maybe the first car. Yeah, not small, the big car. So then, because in the evening, afternoon, in the evening time, many insects get killed. So when it's night time, the light attracts many creatures, and the butterfly or the many creatures, many flies. Okay. So in the hotel we did on the way to medicine in the hotel night. I did 8 prayers, lit many candles, and I think he did self-initiation. Yeah. But I don't think I'd get done. So that. Yeah. When I was a small child, rolling, because I escaped a few times. My uncle, Aku, the monk Gelong, with some bears who carves mantras on the rocks in Sorghumbo. So people ask, so they carve, maybe it takes a month or how big the rock is. It's so beautiful. They paint black, then they carve this white. So beautiful. So he, closed the monastery up there, and then down to Tame village. So I used to go a few times. So my mother, so kind, and sent me away from that rolling, much hidden place. Pema Sambha's hidden place. And people are, general people, are not so clever like this part of Sorghumbo. Less people, and people are very more primitive. So when I was staying with him, there's the elder that was getting on that time. Getting on, then staying. Then one of the teachers not that. In the summer, many tiny flats, many tiny, the whole group. You see, they could ride the certain places. Whole group. So then my hand would go like that. Between that, my hand would go like this. Then there 2, 3 dead. Because I don't know that time, so I don't do prayer and things. After this, with a small hand, then the few get hidden, killed. Then what I do, I give the body to the spider. Give the body to the spider's webs, spider's website. Then spider comes, then they eat. When they eat, I watch. So they eat from the raw body, leave the head is the heart for them. So maybe this, or I don't know, the bigger one, I'm not sure. So leave the head, this or that. Yeah, anyway, I do that. Will come. Yeah, they need compassion. You need to do Vajrasattva, millions and millions and millions, okay? So that. The remedy with the 4 powers. And that way put other practice. Then in Tibet, I was, I don't know, at that time Tibet was already overtaken by communist Chinese. So I was outside, there was a bird on the plywood pile. So I threw a stone, and I think it hit the bird, fell down. Then I went to look, it was not dead. Then next time it was not there. I don't know what happened, maybe eaten by someone. So all this things come left to be experienced in many lifetimes. Result from these things. So many lifetimes. Okay, so I'll go back. Oh. This prayer I was reciting from the long succession yoga. That I was struggling with the meditation. What's that? Tusum chotu deshe maluba. Kangdul chichung nguminamruchi. Tangme shingdu gyave zabachen. Lama Rinpoche Sowante. So, Tusum, the past, numberless past, present, future. Tusum, the Buddha, you know. Chotu is 10 direction. It means every single Buddha. Not the Buddha, every single Buddha. Deshem is God's bliss. So it means Buddha. Bliss is supreme bliss as peerless happiness, the enlightenment. Shemaliba. So every single who achieved that. Kandu teaching, Nomenamruji, Kandu teaching, you know, whichever aspect subdue the sentient being. In that aspect. So as I recited, meeting the Buddha and the Father Sazang. Oh, that sutra. Oh, how Buddha manifested. Oh, see, I mentioned the quotation. Oh, that's very good quotation. To journal by heart. You should write down in the diary book. Very, very important. So, yeah, so, Kangdil teaching, teaching, so like, exactly like that. So, so mostly, the word friends are wearing robes, you see, but then there's also the lay aspect. Lay aspect, you know, or even lay, lay men, lay women, you know. Yeah, so that. So yeah, so mostly, you know, Mumik is the color. I think color of the sugar. I think Mumik is there's a bird stays on the water, on the swimming pool. You know. The color is like color is not bright, not bright yellow, not bright red, not bright. So bright kind of or red, but also little bit tiny red. So mixed, so like that. Murmi, so I think it's color, like the rose color. All in aspect and that aspect. Women number two with that aspect. So like this, you see. So as I was explaining, I gave the Kadamakichi Chayulwa story. He followed exactly the Guru Kadamakichi Jawa. Really, by looking at the Buddha, seeing Buddha. So, yeah, so I mentioned stories to you. I don't have to repeat. So, yeah, like that, see, when he achieved the high mind path to enlightenment, so mind path made it as a so first small part of it, middle part of it, then great part of it, the concentration of the continual Dharma. So, yeah. So when that happened, when the level of mind, your level of mind was that, then you say, Namaste Buddha, wherever you are, doesn't have to be only the Gomba or something. Wherever, your mind, then you say the Namaste Buddha, in the mnemonic aspect, an aspect of Buddha. So that means they're there all the time. Like the Maitreya Buddha said, I was there when you were doing 12 years, I was there, his spirit, yeah, he showed all the spirit on his robe, like that. So it's always there. And I told you, even when you should know that is there. Yeah, you must know that. If you don't say, oh, God, so there's a number, but there. But so you see, when your mind is developed there, first part of matter, third round, the great part, then you see number, but that's mnemonic aspect. Then you spiritual power. Then you actualize part of preparatory, jalam. Then there's 4 categories. Then you actualize higher thing, tongue part of higher thing, with wisdom directly perceiving emptiness. So pakpa, so ordinary pakpa turn exalted. So then there you see the Buddhas in Sambuddhika aspect. You see Namaste Buddhas in Sambuddhika aspect, with the 5 different qualities. Like that. When your mind is more pure, when you wisdom directly perceives, then there. Like that. Then, when you achieve part of meditation, no more learning. Then there's Jetop. So Nyamsha equals meditation, and Jetop means after that you achieve path, Jetop. So true like that, and then the Nyamsha is Pachimaram, path without obstacle, and after that liberty path. So what you removed, the different levels of the obscuration in actualized path. So maybe the third part also, which is not obstinate. Also, then you achieve the path of meditation. There's also there's a different things like that. Then you reach path of no more training. Yeah, it is also there. So, yeah. So then you become one with, not only one with the deity. Your deity will be practicing actualized path, on the basis of the perfectly following Guru without action. Then renunciation, bodhicitta, rajview, foundation, then tantra, generation, growth, and subtle, completion stage. Yeah. There's isolation, body isolation, speech isolation. On a killer light. And there's a killer light meaning, the example. Yeah, that's true. Killer light. Example, and second was killer light meaning. That subtle mind, direct and seeing the emptiness. And every ego was meditation. So, killer light meaning. So, then after killer light, you actualize the illicit body. And illicit body is true, impure illicit body. First, after the killer light meaning, they actualize the killer light pure illicit body. And then unified to those two. Unified to those two, killer light and illicit body. So that. So then you achieve the result, unification of normal learning. Then there's the Bhattacharya, there's the deity's enlightenment. The state of Bhattacharya, unified state of Bhattacharya. They achieve. So that time, not only you achieve the deity, but you achieve Guru, you achieve numberless Buddha. The Buddha. Okay. So everything to do with your own mind development. Not from outside. You don't do anything yourself. You're so perfect. Everything. No, that's totally wrong. So it all depends upon develop your mind, putting effort, develop your mind, being hard about that. Okay. So you see, so kandu chi. So which aspect of whomever it subdues. You see, but taking that aspect is subdue. So, besides human being, ordinary human being, even animals like the Buddha's father and son meet, the sutta, as I went through, all kinds of even Mara, manifest Mara, the benefit of that Mara being, the manifest animals, they help the other animal. Like that. All kinds. I don't know. Sometimes, I open text with the point or line where I have to read, where I have to understand. Then the fly land on that, kind of few times. So like that, very kind of significant. So we don't know. It always happens to us, but we don't recognize. We always think ordinary, totally ordinary. This is animal, abandoned. I'm a human being. So you see, even animal, someone suffering, never think Buddha, or never think manifest to you. No, never. So, other generation, strong compassion, cherishing others, and then so nothing happens. Then like the story of Asanga, the many story, like that, there's nothing happening. So even we see many times. So that. Okay, so it's got benefit, you see, all kinds of aspects, the benefits in living. So even you yourself benefit from beginning listening to birth. All kinds of aspects, all kinds of benefit you. So now you are a human being. Now you rich human being. So you can practice Lama, can learn. Lama, unbelievable. You know where you can learn the causes of suffering, then you can abandon. Oh, then the precipitation of suffering, then the true path. Lama. So, so the, mind path to enlightenment, then it brings to enlightenment. So anyway, manifest now in even robe, you see, the winner aspect. So mostly what friend or that we met like his own women, others, great teachers. Then you see all like this. How do you lead? You see, different, as your mind developed, more and more, all the different aspects of Buddha, even aspect of Buddha, different. Bring all like that. So enjoy the Chema, Kanduchi, Menamri. Tamation, Jayazabajan, in numberless field, do the actions of Buddha. Numberless world, numberless field, do the actions of Buddha. Do the actions of numberless Buddha, as I mentioned yesterday. And this is, like or his owners or some of the, great teacher. So unbelievable qualities. So you see, that's all. I said, that's the important. Numberless Buddha. I said already yesterday, or day before. So, during the actions of Buddha. It's numberless Buddha, not one Buddha. Lama Rinpoche, so you see, there's a numberless Buddha, each one numberless Buddha. So you see, his owners and at the end of the unbelievable qualified Guru is. I'm not come to that. Not qualification. So, you see. So that's the embodiment of all the numberless Buddha. So during the action in numberless field, Tangme Xingdu, numberless field, during the action of Buddha. That means during the action of all the Buddha. You have to know that. So I said, when the Guru carves, you think you have to know all the Buddhas should aspect carving, sneezing. When the Guru scold you, then the Buddha is scolding you. You have to know that. When the Buddha praising you, all the Buddhas praise you. You must know that. So, you see? So, you see? Buddha, if Guru is scolding you, Buddha school. Oh, then, you see, if you don't know the word is Buddha, then Guru school, then you get angry. Okay, but if you recognize the Buddha, but nobody is Buddha, nowhere to get angry. Yeah, you see, so you're so happy, so they make so happy. You see, nobody Buddha is talking to you. Well, that you're praising, you know. Yeah. Always remember awareness. Remember the awareness all the time. You see, the guru, oh, that's guru, real guru yoga practice. Unbelievable. Most fortunate to this. Most fortunate. You're most fortunate in stuff. That, you see. So you see, you see in the action Buddha some mistakes, you know, whatever. Attachment, ignorance, anger, whatever. So you see something, or you see interactions, whatever, moral, immoral, whatever. So then, because you know, there's all the Buddha is there. So Buddha never made mistake. If to be Buddha, you have to be free from gross obscuration, subtle obscuration, all the mistakes, wrong fears, all the wrong concepts. Only then you can become Buddha. No, those Buddha having mistakes are possible. That doesn't mean Buddha. You know that. So then, you see, Buddha, no mistakes. So you can see, it's only aspect. It's only showing you an aspect. No attachment, but show attachment. As I said before. No anger, but show anger. So forth, all are there. No ignorance, but show anger. So everything's same. Once you have that understanding, once you have that understanding, the realization. So it's good to meditate, recite Guru's mantra, and then recite Guru's mantra, or think the Guru aspect, you see, that is all Buddha. So you keep your concentration. You keep your concentration on that recognition. Then recite Guru's mantra. Go to your time. So it's so good. To have stable mind, that awareness, and to have realization that. The Lama Rinpoche so on that. So to the praise of Guru, I request all that. Then now, next one. Doje Changyo Lomen Sambing Mor Rabzan Jawe Kola Tata Le. Happy Shinge Tambral Lang Happy. Lama Rinpoche so on there. So that's you see. Now It is said about 50 years. Jenga Lujikanti. 5I, lot is a wisdom, Johnson banner. So anyway, Jenga Lujikanti said, I think a great Kadamakashi, I think. Rangre Lenge Diva Chetabla. As the karma so heavy, Lama Miruton Gatsin, so happy to see good in the human being. Chedan Pomuma Sunumje. So lucky, since the good in dog, donkey. Mugunini Keji Shaki say, generate devotion from the heart. Son of the Shakya. Shakya is Christian Buddha. Same as son is with the follower. Mugunini Keji Shakya say. So you see, mind is so obscure, suffering nature, so obscure, so default. So therefore, cannot see Guru in the aspect of Buddha. Neither Nimarka nor Samadkaya cannot see aspect of Buddha. So, you see, so only way to guide you, only way to guide me, so when you guide me, as a thing, she manifests on that aspect. Yeah. Other monks nuns, or the lay woman or man, whatever. So then you see, so if you didn't show ordinary aspects, that you can see holy face and can hear the teachings. You can't do that without the Guru based or ordinary form. So then you see, you don't receive refuge, vow, you don't receive Bhakti-masa vow, Buddhist Bhakti-masa vows, and then to achieve liberation in this life. Liberation from something. And then Buddhist vow, then you see, which makes the to achieve enlightenment for something, great nirvana. Then you see, Tangdir vow, then you able to achieve enlightenment in one lifetime. And not all that, then the fourth tantra, the high tantra, to achieve enlightenment in a brief lifetime or regular time with few number of years. So the then you see, you have to postpone your life to live 1,000 years and long life first, and then, then you can achieve enlightenment like that. But without need to that, within a few number of years, you achieve enlightenment in a brief lifetime, or degenerate time. So you see, so without showing ordinary aspect, all this is not possible for you. So by showing ordinary aspect, she just able to see holy face and able to hear teachings, and then able to receive all that. How that is so precious. Should realize unbelievable. Then you see, then without aspect, then you can't learn alphabet like you see from the teacher. Is it to achieve enlightenment? I mean, can't. Then can't get all transmission commentaries, or you can't get then tongue initiation. There's ongoing juicy then tongue lesson, the advices can't. So nothing. You see, if the Guru didn't show original aspect, nothing. So you are left there, nothing. Therefore, by showing original aspect, for you get all these opportunities, as I mentioned. I won't repeat again. It's unbelievable. So even the Sudra and Tantra, then able to live has a positive imprint by receiving teachings. That Tantra teachings, whole path to enlightenment. Most quick path to achieve enlightenment in the brief lifetime, didn't I? So you get bad preparation in the mind to quickly achieve enlightenment. And the liberated sentiments from oceans or something quickly, and they'll bring them to enlightenment quickly. Numberless sentiments. Every single sentence bangs. So that. Wow. Amazing. So you see, so therefore, the ordinary aspect is shown ordinary aspect. The Guru shown other. You see, then 돼지 생각을 하면 사병을 돼지 생각. So that's a deal before going through that. All that thing you see. I mean, I'm the Guru's you see. Everyone is a kindness, then the numberless Buddha. Kindness, the numberless Buddha, deities, all that. The kindness of this ordinary aspect Guru. All this limitless skies. Kindness is like limitless skies. No limitation. That. Sure that. Kindness. Limitless sky, like that. Kindness is limitless. Then numberless Buddha deity, and then So you said the Guru's mantra. Yeah. So I recited first one, Japjitsyang Bhitimaru mantra, and the second root go his own Lama mantra I recited here. Just few, and depend your time, depend. So with awareness, not just sleeping, with awareness, with that awareness. So every ordinary spell guru, you see, it's a limit, like limited sky, infinite kindness. Then number of Buddha, number of dead Buddha. Oh, that. With that awareness, with that mantra. Then now the words have the sang the Bajadara, Buddha Bajadara, Lama Sambing was Lama Sambing or the ordinary lower mind, ordinary mind, you see. Lama Sambing, Rajan Java Kola Lavishing Tamala Lama. In Supreme Merrifield, Supreme Supreme Merrifield. Then the, you see, Rajanjava called infinite Buddhas. You know, infinite Buddhas call Buddhas chakras. It's not saying chakra in the body, no, not the infinite Rabjam, infinite Buddhas, Jalu call on the chakras. Hug-based. So number of Buddha more than special than them. Lama Sambing, Rajan Java Tadal. Hug-based special. Shingatambal, Langabe. Hug-based, Shingatambal. Most admired. Special, and that's most admired. To the press guru, I request. That, to the press guru, I request. So that, I think the kindness, no limit. The limits. All the numbers, Buddha, the days of Buddhas, okay? Yes. So now, when you see Guru, that, how you, Guru in the other aspect, that, not only number is Buddha, but kind of the number is Buddha, there is Buddhas. That awareness should come up that time. This would not be good. Limited kindness to me, like limited sky. Then more than number is Buddhas, number is there is Buddhas. Okay? Oh, that. You see? Yeah, the Bhajatara, Yamantaka, Samara, you know, the Hiruka, the Bajugunata, then Kaina, Kaja, the Jaja, Bajabani, Bosikara, all Zopa, all that is. So, most kind, limitless kind, what For the numberless deities, Buddhas, you understand? Oh, that awareness should come out. When is the good? Yeah. So naturally, then humbly, naturally, then you respect. Not that treat as friend. No, that's it. Only recognize friend, then your realization will be only that friend. I mean, just nothing much. So, all of that. So, depending how much devotion, the realization is just that much. So, don't forget this. Okay. Yeah. Oh, the prayer in the long success yoga, the meditation like that, it's great. Okay. Yeah. So. Anyway, so at the Khazar, so to finish this part. Generally, you see, prostration, well, in the West, you see, these things, takes time and maybe not much, understanding comes. So, well, if they're not explained, the understanding doesn't come. So I think it's difficult. So then people are kind of treated as your friend, not guru, friend, and it's sort of like that. So even that's a good friend, but not enemy. Treated friend is better than enemy. So prostration is against remedy to pride. Because prostration, whom you do prostration doesn't mean enlightenment, doesn't mean that is enlightenment, or not necessarily also. So it's very good to prostration, to be humble yourself, to show humble respect. For example, somebody who is a bhikshu, living 250 vows, and then you prostrate, you respect, you create so much merit. Humble merit, you would be humble in respect. So Getsul takes the vow and like that, and then even the lay, so like that, even the lay also. But you see, now, we prostrate not necessarily holy being or England. You see, you can prostrate to somebody you feel pride. Oh, that means nothing. So very good to prostrate. Very good to have humble yourself to the person, to prostrate. So humble, so good. So prostration is a remedy to destroy the pride. So when you feel pride, you prostrate Wow, it's so good. It's unbelievable. So good. Yeah, you can press that to, I mean, just, yeah, so not necessarily the holy being. Not necessarily. Yeah, so it comes that. It's very good, humble. So, what's it? So the statues is what we say statue, Buddha, with statues. So you see, to bend down, to bend down, you don't this statue, so not the statue. You bend down the table or the bend down, then take blessing like this. Bend down. So in the Gombas and the Buddhas, you bend down, take blessing. Like this, take blessing. Bend down, take throne, you see. Way down, like Buddha is Situpa, you see, Buddha. Then down, throne, way down, then pressure. This, as much as respect to the even the enlightened statues, the statue Buddha, is an unbelievable miracle. Unbelievable miracle. So that. So then goes then that's your gurus, or I mean the holy beings, or the so that so those as a holy beings, or those even higher bhikshus, bhikshunis, or the that's about so and so yes. You create so much good karma, unbelievable. Oh, the next life, the that, and the other sentient beings highly respect you, next lives, or even this life. Highly respect. Everybody regard you very high. Everybody respect you. Everybody admire you. So create karma. Like that. Many qualities you get by doing that. You see, in the Bodhisattva, it says, you practice Dharma, holy Dharma with Buddha. It's the same. You practice holy Dharma with the sentient beings. So as you respect Buddha, one will respect the sentient beings. As you respect Buddha, one will respect the sentient beings. All that. Like that. You can respect the sentiments. So, Buddha Dhamma Sangha, whom you highly respect, come from sentiments. So, they were sentiments, most precious, most kind, most. So, respect. Then the Katori. Yes, even the statue at the moment for us, but we see in the reality, if we respect, is same as a high respect Buddha. Buddha himself said, my four surroundings, whether they make offering now to Buddha, actual Buddha, or in the future to the statue Buddha, is merit, amount of merit, exactly same. exactly same. There's no making offering to Buddha, respect Buddha, even more good come, but all the statues very small. No, that's totally wrong. Buddha said, I told you many times, yeah. Buddha said, yes, my first round to Gelong get to male, female Gelong, Bhikshu, and Getsul Fat, male, female. So they're different countries. So, said, let's get married. They, you see, may offering now and offering in the future to my statues. Exactly the same. So that is most unbelievable marriage you collect. You have to know that. This statue has nothing. There's not understanding karma. Not understanding karma. You have to know this. You have to remember these things in your daily life. Otherwise, you don't respect the statue. This statue, I can touch you. So they respected him. Or then they say, like, ordinary person, or them, holy person. Or then you see, then they create such good karma in the so many future lives. Hundreds, millions. Then everybody admire, everybody put the highest. The follower, respect. Okay, so so I say, I recite one. So Bodhisattva says, Dachir Shala Nujin Nyala Sawadoja. For the sake of yourself, if you harm to others, then the result you experience, you get tormented, hell, so forth, the sufferings. You get tormented, hell, so forth, all the suffering, Lord of suffering. Could be eons, all like that. For the sake of yourself, then you harm others. It's the same. Others, but it doesn't mean only human beings, even animals. So, for your pleasure, you kill the animal. Pigs, chickens, can you imagine those sea animals? People who kill so many sea animals, eat even one person. Wow. Those countries where eat a lot of animals, like Korea or China or Thailand, all that, one person plate. Lama. So, for instance, suffers, the Lord suffers. Lama. Nyala so do it. Da shenje da, shenje dala nechena. Person saw for the sake of others, because it's used, you see, for the sake of me, harm others. So they have same term is used. For the sake of others, harm to me. For the others' happiness, then harm to me. Because you use harm, because the beginning harm, so it's a term. It's changed. For the sake of others, and then harm to oneself, then you achieve a result, you achieve all the perfections. You get all your wishes, happiness, everything. You achieve all the perfectness. All that, you have to know that. Then you thought, wish, desiring yourself to go higher, like pride. You desire yourself to be higher. Then you see a result. you get reborn in the language. You get reborn in the lower realm suffering. Into the bad transmigration. You mean the lower realm. Then you become full in doing the language. It is said that here, but of the ignorant one, due to pride, being under the control of pride, then you get reborn in the lower realm, and even a human being, but no freedom to practice Dharma. Like outlying country, or like the extremely full, or the heretical being, or so those, things like that. It's human being, but no freedom from time. Oh, you get born. So, but it's not necessarily one time, it can be many times. You have to know that. Then you get born poverty. You get born lower caste. Blind, small power, bad color, holding bad color. Then the imprint of delusion becomes tigger. Then it becomes an obstacle to actualize path movements. You see, to obscure the mind. So to obscure the mind, it hinders to actualize path movements. Not like that. So it's pride, So it's, if you live with pride, being ignorant and the control of pride, so pride is no good at all. So practice humbleness. So after I mentioned the kindness of Sindeming, I think in the early times I mentioned, so we think the kindness of Sindeming, even the insects, even the animals. So of course you respect, the respect comes, great respect. I thought this, how they're so dear, most precious, most kind. We should, you know that. Then if you become humble, the others you respect higher, or you see, if you change on others, then you will achieve the dendritic mythology. So happy transformation, Deva human body. So then, like even the kings or the Deva human being, very high Deva, everybody respect, you achieve those things. Then it says, you use others for yourself. Then you become servant. Then you have to experience servant and so forth, you see. Like that. Slaves. You become slaves. So if you use for your happiness, you use for others. So the self-satisfaction you use for others for your happiness. Then there's karma, create karma to become slave, servant, so like that. So the humbleness is so important. Sing it to the Dachana, but you use yourself for the happiness of others. You use yourself, instead of using others for your happiness. Then here, you use for others' happiness. Or the result of what happens. In the same thing, whatever help they need, animals or people, whatever help they need, you run. You help for them. Run! Help for them. That's so good, that Dharma. So then the result, you become the leader in the next lives, or this life, you become the leader. of the world, you have a little country, you have many people. You lead them into, oh, this person made Dharma, you lead them happiness to enlightenment. 가져네. 오, 네. So basically, motivation is a bodhicitta, cherishing others. They think of happiness of others. Then, then it's good. But the happiness of oneself, using others for that, like that. So the result is totally different. Then using oneself for others for happiness. You see, the incredible result. So I stop here tonight. Okay. Sanjo Rinpoche Maje Bangla Jeju Jeva Nyamba Meva Kone Kondo Bewa Sho Emptiness emptiness, particular emptiness appears in different appears in emptiness. Unification now. Oh, you know that. And we pray for the Karzare. Now we pray. All the stuff, in particular, then where the virus, those are common experience virus. So pray for them tonight. It's been virus, okay? Anybody was born back to Lord and all the wishes, they healed immediately. Then all their wishes succeed immediately. Con all the Dharma, message, bodhicitta, message, achieving enlightenment was possible. And then those who died, in particular, died by birth. And those may never be reborn back to lower realm. And may be born in the pure land where they can be enlightened. That it literally perfect image birth with humanity, with the perfectly qualified man, Guru, revealing the amnestic path to enlightenment. Well, by seeing, by putting the most teaching enlightenment as possible. Did all that, all the marriage you collected, the past, present, future. I did 3 time marriage collected by numberless sentence beings, the 3 time marriage collected by numberless Buddhas. All this was dedicated. Okay. Senten Nepal Nepal Nyudan Ele Tajuji Dove Nenamalu Abadado Jua Mava Shoy Senten Nepal Nepal Nyudan Ele Tajuji Namamalu Abadado Jua Ameba Shoy Senten Nepal Nepal Nyudan Ele Tajuji Namamalu Abadado Jua Ameba Shoy due to all the past best ways, the marriage, number sentence makes number Buddha. May all the sentence beings wishes best success immediately, more than which grant joy. May all the sentiment expectations be completed, more than which grant tree. Where is in suffering? Whatever suffering that made it happen to me. Whatever happiness is merit I have collected may be happened to all the sentient beings. Did all the three dimensions collected by numberless and numberless Buddhas. Any sentient being, just by seeing, hearing my voice, remembering me, touching me, talks to me, just like that. Also then something, you see sentient being, any sentient being you see, hears them, touch them, remember them, or that talks to them, all those things. Then all their suffering, would there be, all their sufferings are pacified. Just like that. All their suffering are pacified. And then all the time that happiness, they achieve enlightenment. So I should tell the story because not every day I do, but sometimes I do the prayer. Yeah. So I think because that, you see, it generates power. And somebody in Australia, daughter got a heart attack or some suffering. Then mother gave my photo and she rubbed at the heart like that, so got better. So because you normally pray like this, so in the world, in the far side, far away, people use like this, or so it helps. Even by photo or things like that, with a name or whatever, their problems problems are stopped. You see, yeah. So things like that. Then one lady, a dog was decided would die. Brought at the what do you call name bed. Brought bed, but they completely decided the dog would not live, die. And then the dog brought back to home, and she put my picture on the post. You see, the dog sat there, and he says the dog too refit, but the dog sat there, and then seems the dog got better. So I think not every day I do that, but something like this I try to do. Far away, remember name, your name benefits, you see? All that you have to know that. Okay, all right. Then did all the past, the best, the bitch I made it, chocolate by me. Did I made it, chocolate by numberless and numberless Buddhas. That which exists in the manner. But I always in the manner. Achieve the Buddhahood which is but the mere name. Lead all the sentient beings who exist exists in the mirror now. To that Buddha which exists in the mirror now. Lama alone who exists in the mirror now. Hari Jamal Bhavijit Bata Kunda Sampati and the Jinta Kunji Sundalu Kiwadiratam Jerabdungo to the Shibi Jawatam Jijunga Kamla Chutungawai. The Gagavia Savatikinja Sampati Rabdu. Jeda Gamandre Payde Amaluba Kalejo Sabe no Kayade Azume Teze Yazo